Hello there, and thanks again for watching one of my videos here on YouTube. Today I want to talk about fear. The title is There is Fear, but where? Why do you think there is fear? Fear is everywhere, unfortunately. Um, Partly because of the media. They talk about negative news all the time. We read the media, read the papers. We hear about robberies, murders, economy not going well, especially now with the corona crisis or virus or situation. We see a lot of fear news in the media, right? Fear also comes from within ourselves, of course, because something from a former time, from the past comes up, some experience we had, a thought maybe, and then all of a sudden we feel fear. And fear is not just fear; is a kind of a term. And for example, anger is part of fear. And I'm going to talk about love later. Love, for example, is compassion and kindness and being nice and listening to people and so on. Whereas fear, a lot of negative connotations with anger and grief and many other feelings that are not positive in our heart. So fear comes from the media. Fear comes from within ourselves. Fear comes also from other people. So neighbors, friends, relatives, they talk to us and they talk about how bad the world is all the time. They talk about problems, they talk about things that are not working, um, these kind of topics. Hardly everyone talks about something positive, love and something achieved, or people are being kind to ourselves and so on. We mostly talk about fearful aspects of life. We gossip as well, a lot about other people, what they're not doing okay and what their problems are. And how do we deal with this fear? There's several steps we can or methods we can use. One is, for example, switch off the media. If you have to read the media, listen to the news, maybe do it once a week if you can't, or maybe only once a day for a very short time. If you can't, do without it. But if you switch off the media, you're not aware of all this negative, fearful news. When it comes to people, you can tell them, look, I'm afraid this conversation doesn't help very much. It's very negative. I prefer not to talk about this. So can we talk about something else? And if they carry on talking about something negative, you might have to just move away, say, okay, I'm afraid I'm not going to talk to you at the moment. This is not helpful for me because it's fear-inducing, it's negative, right? And in the longer run, you might have to think about, well, is this really a friend? Within our friends, we want to choose those who encourage us, who are positive, who are have compassion and have kindness, and they express these qualities to us. And if someone is just the opposite and very fearful and talking about negative stuff all the time, then it might be best to then it might be time to think whether you want to let go of this person. Is this really a friend or just an acquaintance? And do we have to be in their company or not? And maybe you want to choose people that are positive, people we love and care for, people that are loving and caring and compassionate and kind in return, rather than being with people, talking to people who are negative most of the time or all the time. There's one thing I learned years ago about 10 years ago, when I was gripped in fear a lot, and I was almost depressed at that time, not anymore, fortunately. And I used a mantra, and that was, I choose love. So I felt fear within myself. I was concerned about something. I worried about something. So worries is fear as well. And then I noticed it, and I said, and I had this mantra, walking into town, and I always said, I choose love, I choose love, I choose love, I choose love. I said it over and over and over again, hundreds of times, until such time, maybe after half an hour or maybe after an hour, that I felt different inside. And I did that every time I felt fearful. I always said, I choose love. Because that's what we can do. We choose either fear and focus on that, coming from within ourselves or from people or from the news, and dwelling on the fear, or we choose love. And these are the main, for me personally, these are the main two um, modes of being, I would say, not even feelings. Love is an energy, of course. You connect with the energy within yourself. You then express this energy towards others, towards yourself. You start loving yourself more when you say, I choose love, I choose love. You also say, I love myself. I give love to myself, not just to other people. And by uttering this mantra for a while, you will find that after a while it will change. You will change. The way you see the world will change. You will connect less with fear and more with love. Another possibility is to sit in quietness, in a meditation, a contemplation, or with some nice calm music or candlelight. Put your hands on your heart and focus on that love inside. You could call it humanity, God, spirit, soul, the universe, creation, source, whatever works for you. Inside here, where we have our center, the heart center, that's where we are as love. That's where we are as the energy of love. And that's where we bring love to our whole being, to our mind, to our body, everything. So connect with yourself, connect with your heart every day, in the morning, in the afternoon, and say, or you just breathe into your heart and you see some nice colors maybe, and you focus on love, the word love maybe, or whatever works for you, but connect with your heart and that love, and breathe deeply. Breathe slowly, breathe deeply a few times, and sit there for a few minutes. And then you could say something to yourself, today I will have a lovely day, a loving day, and a day without fear, a day with love, compassion, kindness. And it is all is well, and all is going to go well. So yes, there is fear in the world. We can do something about it. We can switch off the news. We can choose our friends more carefully. We can use a mantra like I choose love. We can connect with the love that we are. We can, of course, read inspiring books. You will see then a link to my books on Amazon, my ebooks you can read and download. And thank you for that, doing that. And you can just be maybe in nature. There's so many ways of connecting with yourself, with the love that you are, rather than focusing on the fear. When the mind is going berserk and it's frantic and you're worrying about the time, you're thinking of the time, stop, ask yourself to stop and connect with yourself, or use the mantra I choose love. All for today. Remember, we do not have to accept fear. We can change that. Thank you. Bye for now.